This is future me talking about past me because I didn't do an intro. I trimmed my beard, you can probably tell. Anyways, I went over to Truck Doug's to pick up this guy, and then let's see what happens next.
Holy dude, I like barely touched the throttle on that.
Dude, I don't even think I could pay attention to this thing shifting. It was so much fun.
Yeah, it's amazing, huh?
Dude, this thing freaking rips. I barely rolled into the throttle on this, and this thing just wants to freaking. Dude, look at we're like both smiles right now. Can you pop the hood so we can show people? Dude, this makes me want to get my turbo on so bad.
Yeah. I think the combo of the small turbo and a very mild cam, it makes it really drivable.
Dude, you can feel this. Like, you roll in the throttle and you can just feel right when that turbo just starts to ramp up. Yeah. And it's just like, it freaking is a monster, dude.
Yeah. It's a lot more linear with the small turbo than the brown car, where it's just...
What size of turbo is it?
This is a 78, 75.
Okay, that's what I bought for the Nova.
Yeah, I think you're going to be in really good shape. Especially, you're doing a 6-liter?
Yeah, but it's got the 1.25 AR.
Right on.
Which is supposed to like keep the back pressure down.
Right.
Dude, this thing is freaking fun and it rides good.
Yeah, not bad for an old truck, huh? Drum brakes in the back, discs in the front, just row shocks, lowering springs.
Total ripper, dude. Thank you for letting me drive that.
Yeah.
So you're probably wondering why I'm at Doug's house, because Doug built my transmission that I just pulled out of the Nova. He just freshened it up. Remember that dirty booger pile that came out of my car? This is it now. I guess I kind of wussed out on building another one. Not that I didn't want to build another one, but it's like, I know I milk out these projects like this, and it would have been torn apart in my garage for at least another month at least, and I would have picked at it. And then I've got too much other stuff going on, so I figured easier just to bring it to Doug and let him do it. This is just his standard recipe, 750 horse recipe, rollerized rear.
Rollerized output, dual feed. We put the later style overrun assembly in it, and we're trying something new. We got the semi-waffled Alto greens in there for frictions. Mild line pressure bump, and should be good to go.
And I can tell you they're way more affordable than going to big name transmission places to do the exact same thing. Like going online, these transmissions are $3,000, over $3,500 for something like this, I would say.
Yeah.
So I'll put a link to his channel in there. He's got ads on Marketplace. And are you just advertising on Marketplace? And then
yeah, generally, I mean, most of my sales are just people contacting me through my YouTube channel. I just got my email on there.
Yeah. So check it out. Super affordable, and you're going to get a beefy transmission for your money. And then, so I'll tell you what our possible plans are when we get home. So back home, I decided that I was going to do some of this harness. And so I started getting everything on the engine side plugged in. I've got basically everything plugged in here. The only thing I don't have plugged in right here is the fuel pressure sensor, because I don't have one that's electronic, and this is optional anyways. But I did my fuel lines, so they're hanging over there so that I can get to the back of this easier. Way helpful when you're doing the plugs back there and the grounds. So it's grounded in both places. Plugged in up here. So then I got this longer plug, which is a mat sensor. I don't have one of those on this engine yet. So there's two ways to do this. One, a lot of people put it right here where the emission valve or something was right there. They just kind of route it out and stuff it in there. And then they plug this into there. Or some people actually do it on their intake and then plug it in right there. On this particular motor, I'm gonna do it on the intake right here because I don't want to be drilling into this manifold and having crap fall in there and then stuck in the motor. So I figured for now it'd be easier to do this one. When I switch to this engine, I will go ahead and put it in right there like it's supposed to be, because then I'll be able to clean out whatever shavings fall. So I do need to add that. It's a manifold air temp, and people say it works either spot. I think this would be ideal, but for now it's gonna be this. I think I found my first problem with this harness. Over here, this says mat as well, and this is not a mat plug. That one over there is. So I was thinking, for the shape of it, the only thing it could be is a map sensor. Goes in right there. Right there. But I thought that maybe these didn't use the factory map sensor because it had the vacuum plug on the computer. So I need to research that. But it's just like little things like this that slow me down because I'm not super familiar with it. So I get what I can wire it in, and then I think about it and have to research. So I need to figure that out. Check out this beauty. Sitting on blocks. Neighbors gotta love that. So I sold the wheels on this because 22s are really not my style. So I sold the wheels last night, and I am gonna get some new wheels, and I'll show you guys whenever that happens. And in the meantime, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint those A-arms. I'm gonna paint things black, kind of clean up underneath there. And then we'll have some new wheels for that thing. And they won't be 22s. And they'll be more my style. So that's coming for the truck. So wheels, I don't even know. It might even be like a week or two because right now everything's so freaking slow and that kind of stuff, but that'll be coming. And then the transmission, why did I have Doug refresh the transmission? The other one, the other 4L80? This. I'm really leaning towards the fact that I am going to swap this. I'm pretty sure we are going to LS swap this. The pricing to do this is a fragment compared to swapping this. So like for the truck, I can get transmission motor mounts for like $200. And then it's super easy. I can reuse the exhaust. Except for headers, I can reuse the electric fans that are in there. I decided I might as well save $1 and use this harness. And so yeah, and then this motor will come out when that motor goes in, and then we'll refresh this engine. This will just basically probably just get a cam and that's it, and then put in the truck. Or I might just leave it without a cam, that way I don't have to tune it. I don't know. So that 4L80 that Doug rebuilt will go in the truck with this engine. It'll be just a mild LS build when that goes in here. And I'm feeling I can do that for I'm thinking I can swap that for like $1,500 I feel like it's gonna be a really inexpensive swap for that truck, just because of the stuff I have, the stuff I can reuse, the availability of parts for the truck, and the ease of fitting that engine in there is so much different than this car. So I think I'm gonna do that, but I'm not gonna tear that truck apart until this car is running and on its own, and I want to be able to use that truck for fun this summer. So I'm not gonna have two swaps at the same time, I promise. So yeah, that's the plan. For now, I need to figure out what's going on with that wiring, and then once I figure what that is, then I'm gonna send the harness through the inside, and we'll start kind of laying out where it's gonna go in there, and then I can finish up the wiring in here. Hopefully that goes pretty fast. I got the harness all pulled through the firewall, and it ends with plenty of space. So there's a glove box. Literally, this computer can fit pretty much anywhere under the dash. There's plenty of slack in that harness to fit anywhere. So now I just gotta decide where I'm gonna mount this. I'm always thinking about just mounting it flat, like right here in the glove box. Like actually put the liner back in and setting this in there. That way I can easily pop this open and see the code lights on the front. Maybe just put some Velcro on the back of this. One thing I do have to mount is just this little guy right here. I'm gonna run power from the fuse block up front onto this, and then I'll have power feeds for other stuff. Some of it can be for that. It'll be on the main power, but then I think it needs power for something else besides ignition, and I think this will be fine. So it'll be nice to just mount something small like this up there. This is gonna clean up a lot of stuff compared to what was up there before. Don't have this bulky thing. Don't have that bulky thing. Don't have these bulky connectors. So yeah, that's will be the next thing I'm gonna do, is work on the mounting system for that. And that way I can start plugging stuff in on the car side and getting stuff buttoned up in here. And then I'm thinking I'm gonna run this firewall terminal for the battery cable. I think I'm gonna go all the way up, and then I think I'm gonna add it right in there somewhere. Just like that. Or actually it'd go probably this direction maybe, I'm not sure. But I'm gonna mount it there so that way I don't have my battery cable. Like if I need to change anything up front on it, I don't have to make a whole new cable. I can just do like a front half cable and a back half cable. And that's what this is made for anyways, is a big freaking firewall terminal for something just like that. So that's gonna go in there. So next I'm just gonna start mapping stuff out. That'll be next video.